look at me. 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. Apply the addendum. Take this whole thing for ransom. Give it all I got for attention. Nah, the mention of life well lived, for instance, give it all.
Yeah, it was rubbing our hair a little bit. Yeah, I feel better now. Thank you, Joe. I suppose that's what you call it. She's right here. She's way down the bottom middle. She's right down in there. Hey, how are you?
How are you guys?
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to squeeze by you here. Good to see ya.
Good to see you too. I'm right behind her.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, he's out. Hello, hello.
No, not me. No.
Can you just see her?
I can see there.
Here's my blank.
Yep. Oh, thank you. It's right up, didn't you?
I found him.
Uh-huh. Did they have him?
Oh, I can remember. That looks funny when you drive it out. Huh?
Tonight, we're here to honor the commitment of our senior athletes and their parents to the Hillsdale High School Class Sports Summer. To the seniors, thank you for your strong commitment to the athletic program. Your hard work, effort, commitment are appreciated by your coaches and board students. To the parents, thank you for your constant support, prayers, driving long distances, working professions, and most importantly, for raising your sons and daughters into the young men and women that stand before us tonight. There are more to sports than winning and losing. One of the pillars of the OH.REPORT says participation in interscholastic athletic programs complements a student's school experience and teaches lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline. John Wooden once said, "Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you actually are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are." Without further ado, let's meet this year's seniors and their commands. Starting with football, Grayson Alice is the son of Josh and Amanda Alice. This fall, he will be earning his 4th varsity letter in football. He has also participated in wrestling and track and field. Grayson is a member of the Captain's Athletic Leadership Council and is taking classes through the College of Business program at AU. After graduation, Grayson plans to continue his education, but is still undecided where.
Not many schools like this one in the way you got it.
Keegan Hollis is the son of John and Amanda Hollis. Keegan will be earning his second year of life football. Keegan is also a member of the Hillsdale National Honor Society, History Club, Kindness Club, and Book Club. After graduation from high school, Keegan plans to do something in math or science, but is still undecided which. Lincoln Jones is the son of Steve and Amanda Jones. Lincoln will be earning his third varsity letter for football. Lincoln has also participated in wrestling and is a member of the National Honor Society. Lincoln is taking classes at the College Now Business program at AU. After graduation, Lincoln plans to continue classes at Ashland University majoring in accounting. Brady Fishbaum is the son of Brett and Jackie Fishbaum. Brady will be earning his third year varsity letter in football this fall. Brady also plays basketball. He is involved in the Captain's Athletic Leadership Council, the National Honor Society, and is taking classes at AU through the College Now Business program. After graduation, Brady plans to attend college, possibly playing football or basketball, in the hopes of eventually earning his MBA. Ethan Miller is the son of Paul and Stacy Miller. Ethan will be earning his second varsity letter this fall in football. Ethan is also involved in wrestling and track. He is a member of the National Honor Society and is also a full-time student taking college classes through the College Now Business program at AU. After graduation, Ethan plans to continue his education at Ashland University, majoring in Colin Young is the son of Aaron and Hillary Young. Colin will be earning his first year letter in football this fall. He is also involved in basketball and track. Colin is undecided about his future.
It's like, if you want me to walk down, I can.
Get down to do that anymore.
Maddie Enninger is the daughter of Brett and Stacy Enninger. Maddie will be earning his second varsity letter in cheer this fall. Maddie also cheers in the winter for basketball. She is a member of the National Honor Society, was class president for 2 years, and is a CCP student. After graduation in the spring, Maddie plans to earn a degree in criminal justice and start a career as a dispatcher, before eventually working her way up.
I got a 19-foot boat and it's sitting in the garage.
Lexi Rett is the daughter of Carolyn Rett. Lexi will be earning her first varsity letter this fall. Lexi also plays volleyball and has been on honor. Lexi's school activities include the National Honor Society, Student Council, and the College Now Business program at AU. She will be graduating with her associate's degree in business. After graduation, Lexi plans to attend Miami University to major in psychology.
He moved in from Preston.
Dally Luke is the daughter of Casey and Cassie Luke. Dally will be earning her 4th year letter in golf this fall. Dally is also a member of the softball team. Dally is involved in the Captain's Athletic Leadership Council, the Student Council, and the Kindness Club. Dally is Vice President of the National Honor Society and the President of Hillsdale's Effie Club. Dally is also involved in 4-H. After graduation, Dally plans to continue playing golf in college in the fall and get her undergraduate degree in early childhood education with a minor in coaching. McKaylee Nicole Baker. Tonight, McKaylee is escorted by her mother, Allie Baker, and father, Mike Baker. At Hillsdale, McKaylee is involved in marching band, concert band, choir, Falcon Singers, drama club, National Honor Society, Spanish club, history club, and book club. After high school, McKaylee plans to attend Ashland University to study music education. Outside of school, McKaylee works at Linway and Ashland, attends Worcester Church, and hangs out with friends.
There you go.
Maggie Carrington. Tonight, Maggie is escorted by her mother, Beth Emanuel. At Hillsdale, Maggie is involved in marching band, choir, Falcon Singers, drama club, and kindness club. After high school, Maggie plans on taking a gap year before attending college for psychology. Outside of school, Maggie enjoys spending time with her friends and enjoying new experiences.
Close to me. Good picture. Got a brand new profile on there.
Benjamin Paul Weaver.
Tonight,
Ben is escorted by his mother, Joy Weaver, and father, Jerry Weaver. At Hillsdale, Ben is involved in marching band, concert band, jazz band, chess
That's
club,
how
and
it
history
usually
club.
happens. You do
After
double
high school,
things.
Ben plans to attend Bowling Green State University for robotics engineering.
You don't want to go.
Outside of school, Ben enjoys fishing, bike riding, and riding his concertina.
Well,
Action.
yeah, right. No. I don't like that either.
Northern Marine Alley. Tonight, Morgan is escorted by her mother, Amy Nally, and father, Roger Nally. At Hillsdale, Morgan is involved in marching band, concert band, choir, Falcon singers, drama club, and National Honor
You wouldn't have got it
Society.
then if it's young
After high
people.
school, Morgan plans to either go straight into the workforce as a dispatcher or attend cosmetology school. Outside of school, Morgan enjoys crocheting and is part of the 4-H footprint and works at Charles Mill Marina.
21 or 22. Get back out there.
Mason Place. Tonight, Mason is escorted by his mother, Heidi Redinger, and father, Jeff Place. At Hillsdale, Mason is involved in marching band and concert band. After high school, Mason plans on possibly attending college or joining the workforce. Outside of school, Mason enjoys working, playing D&D at the Career Center, and many other activities.
You have to go home and sling?
Yeah.
I'm hoping got me ready to go. Kind of welcome up.
Serenity Noel Smith.
And my daughter.
Tonight, Serenity is escorted by mother Kathy Smith and father Michael Smith. At Hillsdale, Serenity is involved in marching band, concert band, and Falcon singers. After high school, Serenity plans on becoming a freelance tattoo artist. Outside of school, Serenity enjoys drawing, writing, reading, and playing D&D and video games.
Did this thing be hanging on my arm?
Oh, yeah.
Metal thing there?
Allison Jane Rush. Tonight, Allison is escorted by her sister, Nicole Radcliffe, brother, Timothy Rush, sister, Megan Rush, sister, Caitlin Rush, and brother-in-law, Cody Radcliffe. At Hillsdale, Allison is involved in marching band, concert band, kindness club, and book club. After Hillsdale, Allison plans to attend college. Outside of school, Allison works and likes to watch Garfield when she hangs out with her family and girlfriend. Allison wanted to say that although her parents, April May Savage and Roger Allen Rush, are no longer with us to walk her down the field tonight, she did not want to leave them out. She wants to thank them for everything they did for her, for always watching over her, and for seeing her accomplish things she never thought she would accomplish. She hopes that she has made them proud, even though they are no longer with us.
Right, exactly.
Congratulations, and thank you again to the seniors and their parents. Give one more round of applause to this year's senior athletes and marching band.
You don't need that.
And now, let's go Falcons.
Huh?
We got a shower this morning. Pretty good.
Oh, yeah, we did too. I never believed we'd have something like this.
Friends come down from Black Hills. Before I tell you one thing about this, it's a lot of money for concrete. Parking lot looks good. I've never been down here on a school day yet. Does it look like the parking lot's full of cars?
I never know. Yeah, that's a squat down, open.
plans. Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was locked out. I failed, the kid was a dropout. I changed the game and it's up now. The city that need me is clear now. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the Sandman, I can tap dance through the energy blast. Run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy in storage. I see spinning the globe, my fingertip itch. If I could pluck the earthquake hit, look at the wrist, look at your body, I shake it and shift. Big fish in a small pond, Godzilla with a boot on. I step into your lawn, turn skyscrapers into croutons. Hit the button going high speed, need a megaphone to announce me. I move through the pygmies in the top pick, got a big fleece. Sit back, better breathe deep. Look around and they looking at me. 10 toes still never defeat. Push button never needed a key. I see they ain't ready for me. Hot boy still 100 degrees. I cross eyes and I dotted the T's. E&D till I leave in peace. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the
I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings. Whole lot of globetrotter, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta.
The game of the century is what tonight's winner-take-all WCAL showdown has been coined by local media and those involved in the rivalry, as undefeated Hillsdale battles the one-loss Bobcats of Norwayne for the league title. And you can enjoy all the action live and free anywhere the internet can be found. Pre-game coverage in your opening kickoff on the way from Jeromesville. Next.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Let's go. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on.
It's the Sloan Concrete pregame show, setting the stage for a winner-take-all showdown in the WCAL as Hillsdale about to take on Norwayne under the lights here in Week 10. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this big-time matchup here in Jeromesville. I'm Brian Skowronski. Effie James is with me here tonight. And nights like this are why high school sports are so special to me. You get both the communities out here in full force. Everybody's been talking about this for weeks on end. It's finally here, Effie. It boils down to one game for the league title. So, I mean, there's so much on the line, and that's what everybody is out here to see, a sellout crowd.
Yeah, and you love when your community gets the chance to come out and see a really big game. The weather is cooperating. The both communities are out to show their community pride, and two really good teams playing really well here at the end of the season. Really expecting a great game, but more than that, it's for the title. You know what I mean? It's for the title, so that's what makes it special. So it's really a big night for these fans, for these young people, and for everybody in both communities. That they're really going to have a big night tonight for everybody involved.
Tell you about the Norwayne Bobcats, one of the hottest teams in Division 5 right now. They have not lost since a Week 1 road game at undefeated St. Clairsville, beating opponents by an average of 26 points per game. So we know they can score defensively. Pretty solid, too, looking for their first championship since 4 years ago.
Yeah, these Bobcats, like you said, they put a lot of points on the board, averaging almost 40 points a game. That is unheard of, and then it's tough to score on them as well. So they've got a lot of weapons at their disposal, so they're going to be tough to stop tonight.
Distributing to all those weapons, Mr. Jacob Bruner really commands the offense. He doesn't turn the ball over either. I know that you always love that.
Yeah.
Averaging better than 17 yards per completion. He really complements a nice, strong running attack here by just – he's more than a game manager, but he does such a good job of just leading the offense and not making mistakes.
Yeah, as an underclassman, as a junior, being able to – be efficient as a quarterback is so important when you got such a strong running game. You know, only 2 interceptions on the year, being able to have such a strong passing attack, averaging, you know, anytime you have over 100 yards per game passing, and then you have such a strong running game and you're not turning the ball over, Brian, that gives your offense such balance, and it really gives you the opportunity to score all those points. So Jacob Bruner tonight is going to be huge for this team. And their success, whether they win or lose.
We've got a Falcon sighting, a bunch of them actually, as Hillsdale has taken the field. 9-0 so far on the season, looking to cap off an undefeated regular campaign and march into Week 11. Can actually clinch the #1 seed in their region with a win here tonight. More about the Falcons and their season. They have not dropped one in the regular campaign in 13 months, Effie. 13 straight for them.
Jeez.
As mentioned, they can clinch the league title. They can get the #1 overall seed in their region with a win. They've been in the mix, but they haven't been able to capture a WCAL championship in just about a decade. It's been 9 years, so their fans, they're hungry for this one.
And you could feel it on this side of the stands. They really want this title, and they've got the team to do it. They've got the weapons. They've got the quarterback. They've got the offensive firepower. They've got the coach, and you know they've got the. I think they do an outstanding job as a team of playing together. They make plays on both sides of the football. Got great special teams. So this is the year for them. They feel it, and you know they haven't dropped any games. Right now they're probably. I'm sure they'd say they're going up against their toughest opponent. But this school, this community, this team. They want this championship, and it's right there for them.
Oh, did you mention the quarterback, Effie? Because that's our player spotlight tonight, Mr. Kael Lewis, and he started his career like if you dip your hand into a Cracker Jack box and you get the prize right on the very first one.
Right.
How about a school record for most touchdowns in a game? The very first time that he ever got a start, a few weeks later, he would break the school record for most yards in a game. He's just a sophomore, but having one of the best seasons in program history. This dude's awesome, and he takes command when he's in the huddle. You can tell.
Yeah, how about Kael Lewis, man? We saw him several weeks ago back in I believe that was Lucas. We saw him, and I remember being really impressed by his poise as such a young quarterback. And you know, 65% passing completion percentage.
Yes, sir.
And you know, over almost 1,800 yards. You know, this young man is really a weapon at quarterback. He's not a manager. He's a weapon. And the Bobcats are really going to have to figure out a way to stop this offense if they want to win tonight.
The game of the century's underway, and the Bobcats come storming out of the gates. Nice return here by Cameron Hackworth, and it'll be quality field position set up here for Bruner and company. Home and Kitchen Supply, 1st and 10 for Norwayne, 5 yards shy of midfield.
You know, I got a feeling the field position is going to play a big part in this game, Brian. All those little things, when you got 2 explosive offenses, you know, it's going to be about which defense can get those stops, and you're going to need long fields tonight to be able to stop these offenses.
Nobody's been able to stop either one of these, and certainly not as of late. Handed off straight ahead, a little bit of a crease as he wiggles free. This is Mason Moyer, and it's going to be enough for a Bobcat first down. You want to talk about taking the game to the Falcons right away. Great kickoff return, and then this right here, sifting his way through arm tackles, a little jump cut, diving forward for a gain of 12.
You know, Mason Moyer, you know, like we talked about, you know, key players, he's had a great year. Averaging 100 yards per game on the ground. He is their star in the rushing attack, and you know, again, establishing him is going to be key for them tonight.
Man goes in motion. That's Hackworth, left to right. They'll pound it again, right side. Another big hole, another first down. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Look very similar to the first run, and basically the same result.
Wow. And Moyer right off that right side, just powering his way, and up front getting a lot of movement. good crease there, and right now the Bobcats really controlling the line of scrimmage here, these first couple plays of scrimmage, and they're popping in and out of the huddle. They got some live legs, and, you know, right now the Hillsdale defensive line getting pushed around a little bit here early.
A little bit of nerves perhaps early on for the Falcons. It's got to be some pressure for them coming in undefeated. Norwayne has been big brother a bit in this matchup over the last couple of decades. The Falcons, as I mentioned, they have been knocking on the door to win this championship. They've had some great teams, just haven't been able to get the Norwayne or the Downton kind of doubt off of their shoulder. And
right.
After taking care of Downton earlier on in the year, thought this could be the season.
Sure.
We'll find out right now. Second down coming up after 3 on first down. And quickly they'll snipe it out through the air. Ryder Ingold, and he's able to wave it out near side. And that'll be another home and kitchen supply first down here for these Bobcats.
And again, showing a little bit of balance. You know, right away 4 straight power runs, and then a nice little swing pass to collect the first down here, and, you know, getting Bruner settled in with the pass play. And, you know, that seems to be how their offense run. They're going to pound you, and just when you try to get your feet under you in the power running game, they hit you on a perimeter pass for another first down.
The motion of man. Here's a fake. And to the near side, big tackle. A collision made at about the 17-yard line. Falcons stop him for basically no gain.
And that's a good job by Hillsdale, rallying up to make that tackle. And, you know, that perimeter play was something that the defense had to react to right away. Great job to stop for no gain. And as they get inside the red zone now, it's time for the Falcons now to stiffen up their defense, see if they can keep them off the board here early.
They'll run it straight ahead again. It's going to be Moyer. And this dude, he just gets his shoulder pads down low. He's able to chug ahead, make it third down and manageable with a gain of right around 8.
Yeah, and that's just a power run play. They pull the backside tackle that time, and, you know, and Moyer, he's not fancy. He's going to find the crease. He's going to put his head down, and, you know, that time good for about an 8-yard pickup. Brings up the 3rd and short, but Moyer's he's their horse, and right now at this part of the field, I don't think they're going to get fancy.
He's a lone back. Hackworth motions right behind him. Jump cut in the hole. Gang tackle though was the Falcons in bunches. Push him back. Stopped basically right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's a great job by the Falcons, recognizing right away. You see the linebackers right away. They step right up to the gap. They knew they were going to go to Moyer that time, getting great penetration, making contact in the backfield, not allowing them getting any extra yards after contact. Great job, and forcing a field goal try.
Parker Metzger on. Be a 27-yarder if it's good. Kick is pure. And just like that, Norwayne takes the lead on their opening drive. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back here in Jeromesville. Falcons will have a chance to answer right after this. Bobcats get a field goal, But now it's time for the Falcons in their explosive offense. Hayden McFadden on the return. Darts a couple of different ways and then slung down at the 28. Sophomore quarterback Kael Lewis will get his chance here. Biggest stage, biggest game of his career. So far, he's checked all the boxes. Just one thing left to determine here in this regular season. We'll see if he's up for the challenge.
Right, and for Lewis, this is a big drive early. It's early in the game. You just want to get yourself established as an offense. You want to get a good drive and move the football and get first downs. That's the key right here.
They'll run it near side. And really nowhere to go for Brock Bauer on first down. Gets a pretty decent spot. They'll mark him as a gain of 4.
That's a great spot. That is a great spot. But, again, on first down and you have an offense that is a pretty good passing offense to run a jet sweep, to try to make the defense defend the whole field. That's a good play call on first down.
Running left side. Oh, and Sloan's going to break free. 30, 20, 10. Throw up the deuces. He's piecing out.
My goodness.
67-yard touchdown run. The junior has been explosive all year. And the trend continues. Effie's in shock.
He turned the corner, and that was just a different gear. Wow.
Owen Sloan has been our MVP just about half the games so far for Hillsdale. You see why right there, the explosive nature of this youngster. Thought that he would be the next in line to be one of these great backs here for the Falcons. And that run gets him over 900 yards now on the season.
Wow.
PAT is pure. All they need is 2 plays, and the Falcons are on the board. They take the lead by 4. Norwayne football when we come back.
Wow.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
So the Hillsdale Falcons strike quickly. Owen Sloan gets coast on a 67-yard touchdown run. We'll show it to you from the top how it just went down. So here it is, Effie, from the very start. He's the deep man in the backfield. Bauer moves to the left, and that's all they needed was just that little chip block on the edge. Yeah. He throws a man to the ground. See ya.
Gone. Tremendous speed. He just hit a gear. Great blocking downfield by the receivers to that side because the secondary was nowhere to be. There was a secondary, but when he turned the corner, they were all gone.
First down from the gun. This is Bruner. He's got the throw out to the outside and the grab made by Dylan Smith, who I believe did get the start tonight. He was in for a couple of plays there under center. But now it's the junior's turn to step up and do what he's done so well this season. Command an offense and march them down the field.
And, that throw right there, that's a big-time throw. It's a quick little hitch. Turns into a nice 15-yard gain on first down, for first down, which is a nice throw for Bruner to get him right out past midfield.
Bobcats have been awesome so far on first down to start this game. They'll nudge forward for around 3 here. So one of the better defensive efforts that we've seen from the Falcons on early downs as the second level comes up. Sloan along with Jake Haven there to bring him down.
And again, it's so early in this game, but you could tell both offenses are really, they're well oiled at this point of the season. They know who they are. They're comfortable. And, you know, another run that time by Moyer, and Hillsdale stepped up for a short stop, but they're comfortable who they are offensively. They're able to balance, and right now with the Bobcats, they've got a couple throws. They're still establishing their run, trying to move the football and now into Falcon territory.
Key third down here. They'll need 3 to keep the chain gang on the move. They'll do so 4 wide. Straight back to pass. Bruner, clean pocket, sidearm. And they will connect. First down here as Smith makes his second grab of the drive.
Yeah, those are good passes. They're easy passes, a quick little hook, about a 7-yard hook right there, and it just moves the chains. You know, already 5 first downs for the Bobcats here in the first quarter.
Fresh set from the 35, straight back, 3-step drop. Now the pocket collapsing. Bruner pushes his way out to the right side. Depending on the spot, might have 3 or 4 here. And one of the few times we've seen so far tonight, the Falcons be able to get a little bit of pressure.
Right. I think they took away that quick hook he had been throwing. He had threw a couple quick 5 to 7 yard hooks, and Hillsdale stepped up and stopped that, and he didn't have anywhere to go. So good defense that time by the Falcons secondary, and Bruner had to tuck it and run.
Officially a gain of 2 on the mark. He'll come out, 1 back set. And this is Moyer, stuffed up right in the middle. Taken down by Lincoln Jones and a couple of friends.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you right away, if the Bobcats don't get that push, the Falcons were able to stop Moyer in the hole, and they gang tackle really well. So they were able to stop him right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And the times they have been able to do that, they've had success stopping the run. But when they have it, he's gotten, 8, 9, 10-yard gains.
Straight back to pass, heat off the right side. It's Jones. Quick connection. Grab is made, but it's going to be a little bit short here for Ryder Ingold. So a 4th down situation on the way here for Norwayne. About 3 yards shy, but definitely in the area of 4-down territory.
Sure, and they're still in the area where they could run the ball or pass. Right now Bruner's thrown, I don't think he's thrown anything past 5-7 yards. That right there was about a 5-yard out. They can still feel comfortable running the football with Moyer right here. So the playbook's still open right now for the Bobcats.
Feels like a pretty massive down for being the first quarter still. He'll dart one over the middle, broke it up, nearly picked. Bauer on the coverage. And Hillsdale will take over. Jesse Trevathan back there as well. And the Falcons with the first big defensive play of the night.
Yeah, and that's a big stop. And I think Norwayne had been setting them up with the quick pass, and they wanted to go deep down the seam, and the Falcons played really disciplined. The free safety that time played really disciplined, made a great play on the ball.
Lewis in the offense, back in business from their own 30. Just a 2-play drive to get things started, and now Bauer has to kind of wheel this to the outside as he was hit by multiple Bobcats in the backfield and then slung down, probably a loss of about 3. Great penetration right off the rip.
Yeah, and he's limping a little bit as he comes off the field. But again, like you said, they broke through the line of scrimmage, read the play great right away. And that's a big loss there on first down.
Back to the 27 here on a 2nd and long. A little bit of trickery. It's on the turf, and Lewis has to dive on it. Just end the play back at the 11, so disaster striking.
Wow.
Going backwards 16 yards here the last couple of downs.
Wow. That's a big play. And try to get a little fancy, and it looks like Young just he backed off. It looks like he was supposed to come get it, and he backed away from the pitch. And that is a big-time play. This is going to be a game of field position, and right now they're backed up inside their own 10-yard line.
Spinning his way through one arm tackle, but finding a whole host of Bobcats. That's Sloan. Back to the line of scrimmage and really nothing more. So Norwayne's defense, after the Falcons just stepped up, make a couple of big plays of their own and a couple of maybe poor decisions as well by Hillsdale.
Right. And again, that fumble, even though it's not worst case scenario because they did recover it, but in terms of being able to move the football and you try to put some more points on the board, that's a drive killer. That mistake there on second down.
Get our first flag here of the night. This is going to go against the Falcons. 5-yard false start infraction. Didn't see it on the replay. But it will back them up in a drive that started at their own 30, Effie.
Right.
And all of a sudden they're under the shade of their own goalpost.
Right. That first play that they ran, the jet sweep, just from there, just didn't seem like they were in rhythm offensively. Everything, the defensive line was getting a lot of penetration on each play.
Big booming punt and a great return, a little crease.
Oh, boy.
Weaving his way through traffic and taking it into the end zone for a Bobcat touchdown. Ryder Ingold. The big plays just keep on coming in this game.
Wow.
My, oh my.
When he split those two, that's when you knew he had it and he turned it on. Wow, that is a huge play for on special teams.
Covering about half the length of the field there as the Bobcats regain the lead. Just 35 seconds remaining here in the opening half. I think it's officially a 44-yard return. About 5 different Falcons had a shot at him.
Right.
Nobody could close the deal.
A great return. Like we said, though, it just felt like Hillsdale, they weren't really in sync in that last drive at all. Came out, got the penalty on the punt. Not a very good punt, and they just weren't in sync that last drive at all. And the Bobcats take advantage and score, get a special team score in this game that promises to have enough points offensively already. To get special team scores is going to be big.
We've seen kind of a variety pack of explosive plays here tonight.
Right.
That third element of football, the special teams, certainly can change games. As McFadden way up, takes this one at the 24 and then driven backwards, just nowhere to go for the junior. And you feel the pendulum of momentum swinging a little bit now over for the dudes in the white uniforms.
Well, and for Hillsdale right now, they had a big play. If you look at them offensively, they had an explosive play early in their drive, and they haven't had to sustain a drive. But right now, this is a time that if I'm Coach Klein right now, he's got to get his offense settled in. They've got to move the football, get first downs, and get his young quarterback settled into this game. They haven't had to get first downs and get a drive going, but this is a time where they need one.
Third possession here of the opening half, or quarter, I should say, as a flag flies in from way out.
Wow. He had some distance on that flag.
Quite a throw by the back lines judge. See if we can identify what happened. It's going to bounce right there. Falcons are backing up. It looks like this will be a hold.
Oh.
And that will wipe out a solid run that time from Owen Sloan.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was, he saw it and he meant it because he threw that thing 30 yards.
Second penalty and as many drives now for Hillsdale as they continue to go backwards. The line to gain here, the 31. Lewis from the gun, quick throw out here near side. And it's going to be a decent run here by Jake Haven, taking us to the end of one. Norwayne on the road leads 10-7 in this WCAL Championship Showdown. As we welcome you back here to Jeromesville, second quarter action just about set to begin. Brian Skowronski and the great Effie James on the call with me here tonight. Everybody's been talking about this game for weeks, highly anticipated. Would both teams be undefeated in WCAL play entering Friday night, week 10? We got it, baby. Basically, hollow weekend and everything going down. And at the moment, a 2nd down and 12 here for the Hillsdale offense as Lewis going to the sky, lobs it, got a man, got a connection. Hayden McFadden with the snag, and he's all the way out to the 41.
Now that is a really nice throw right there by Kael Lewis, and he threw that ball in a great spot, and they had to have that throw, and it is their first down of the night. And one of the things I'm noticing is that, Brock Bauer, one of their star players offensively, is getting looked at on the sideline. And hopefully he's going to be okay, be able to come back into the game. But that takes one of their weapons off the field offensively. But that is a big-time throw for Kael Lewis.
It's Sloan. Maneuvers to the right, cuts back up against the grain, and will gain 6 here on 1st down. And to your point, Brock Bauer, such a versatile athlete. He won our Friday Night Phenom a couple of weeks back. Mm-hmm. He does it on both offense and defense. Right. It's one of those kids. And when you're playing Division VII football, you need those two-way type of stars. He certainly is one of them guys here for these Falcons.
For sure. Like you said, he's one of their leading tacklers also defensively. So, they're hoping he can get back on the field here.
Quick 5-yard out right at the chains. Hit McFadden in the hands, but the coverage was right there too. The man who just had that touchdown, Ingold, making an impact on defense.
Yeah, that is a really nice throw. Hit him in the hands, but that is good coverage also. Would have been a good catch, but that is really nice coverage on that quick out. But this brings up a big 3rd down, but it's in a space where you still feel comfortable getting it to Sloan. He's had really good success on the perimeter runs, but Kael now feels like he's in a bit of a rhythm throwing the football as well.
He'll dump it off here. Haven, grip down around the ankles. He'll be brought down. Hackworth got there first.
Yeah. And
then a whole slew of Bobcats ate him up.
Yeah, Logan Hackworth, he read that thing all the way. He saw the screen right away, and as soon as they made that throw, he made the play. So great defensive play by the Bobcats.
I think that takes rolling the dice on 4th down out of the equation here. They lose about 5 yards there. So they'll just have to punt it away. A flag does come in. McFadden's down. Could be roughing the punter. Actually, I think two different flags.
Yeah.
So hang on. If one of these, of course, is against Hillsdale, they'll at least get a chance to repunt it. if they're both against Norwayne, could be a first down.
Well, I know that's certainly going to be roughing because he took out the kicker's plant leg.
So they'll be offsetting
Right.
a tough break here for the Falcons, called for a hold. And tough to identify exactly where it took place, but they'll at least get a chance to repunt it. It was actually a pretty decent punt.
Right.
Had them trapped inside their own 16-yard line.
Boy, the Falcons just can't catch a break. Again, their third penalty offensively here in their last 2 series. You know,
good thing that McFadden didn't sustain any type of injury there after the big collision.
Right.
And a better-looking punt, but it's returnable, bobbled. And here we go again. Flag coming in from the backside. The field has been littered with those here lately.
right. You know, it was a pretty clean first quarter, but you know, since the second quarter turned, it's gotten pretty sloppy with the flags here.
Personal foul, helmet to helmet against Norwayne. So they'll back up, but they will have a first down. And for these Bobcats, Effie and I will dive into our keys to victory, presented by our good friends at Sloan Concrete. And Effie, you just got to be able to contain Sloan. So far, not so good.
Right.
They let him break loose on that 60-plus yard touchdown. But I really feel like if you can shut down the running attack, it's a sophomore quarterback. He's played awesome. He's fairly been rattled all year long, Kael Lewis. But if you can take away the running attack and force it out of his hands, you never know.
I agree. You know, no matter how great a quarterback is, if you make him one-dimensional, you know, that really can disrupt an offense.
On first down, fresh off getting a new possession, this is Dylan Smith trying to scamper out to the corner and found a couple of guys waiting for him in blue uniforms.
You know, I think right now they're running Dylan Smith and, you know, Jacob Bruner have alternated a couple series here at quarterback. And right now Dylan Smith at the controls for the Bobcats.
Quick throw out. Oh, a couple of nice blocks, and it is going to spring this loose. It's that man again, mama. Check him out. Ryder Ingold nearly out to midfield with another big gain and a first down.
And
Dude has been electric to start.
Yeah, that swing pass is an effective tool. You know, when you've got your quarterback who's essentially the runner in, and you throw the quick little swing pass, which is, you know, just like a pitch sweep, the defense is not lined up. They're not prepared for it. And, you know, he's able to find the seam, and he takes off down the seam for a huge gain and another first down for the Bobcats.
Leading receiver on the season for Norwayne, over 400 yards now. And they'll pound it ahead. Oh, wow, what a collision in the hole. Brady Critchbaum just went flying backwards. I talked about just lowering the pads. Mason Moyer doing a great job of that here on this run.
Right. Yeah, Moyer but the great push. You know, a great push, and right there the linebacker had to step up and make the play. But a great push otherwise from the offensive line.
Bobcats with a 3-point lead on the march again here at midfield. Looking to break into Falcon territory. Oh, nice cut back. And spun down, but not before a first down run here by Dylan Smith.
You know, and Dylan Smith has been, you know, really effective, especially this drive. They're running, nice little swing pass, and you know, now he's going off to the side to get the play. But a first down run, and now the Bobcats are moving the football here on what is now their 8th first down here of the first half.
Split out 3 wide, 2 here to the near side. But they'll just run it straight ahead. Spilling it outside, and a wise decision here by Moyer as he takes on more contact. Levels McFadden down to the turf. Home and Kitchen Supply first down just on the outskirts of the red zone.
And that is great vision by Moyer, able to see it wasn't there inside, takes it to the outside and turns on the Jets and picks up another first down for the Bobcats. And this is a very impressive drive. Led by Dylan Smith at quarterback, the senior quarterback, has stepped in and really sparked this offense.
Go play action to the left side. A couple Falcons fly by him, but not going to get away from the second wave. Sacked here by Critchbaum.
This time they go with a little bit of play action, and I think they were looking to go deep. And a great job by the secondary of the Falcons, and nothing there. And a great pass rush and loss there on first down for the Bobcats. But again, for the Falcons, they are reeling a little bit defensively, and I think it might be, the switch of quarterbacks may have something to do with, just getting a completely different look. You got the quarterback coming in; he's a little bit more of a runner, gives them a little bit different look offensively.
Moyer leaping his way over the 20-yard line. Looks like a flag is down, and this one won't count.
Yep.
Just a little pitch. Norwayne's been winning at the pointing attack down in the trenches, but doing so with a little grip on one of the Hillsdale Falcons uniforms this time.
Right. I do like the way that Norwayne has been really making the Falcons defend the entire field. They're pounding them inside, then they run the swing pass, then they run inside zone, then they'll run the quarterback read, and they have really been showing a lot of variety offensively. They tried to go deep with a play-action pass, so they've given them everything to look at here defensively, but a big-time penalty has set them back here.
They'll set up the screen. Moyer's got some space, some wiggle as well to the outside. The first down and more.
5, 6.
Mason Moyer on a gorgeous play design. The Falcons all bit up front, and it goes for a big gain.
That was a great play call and better execution by the Bobcats. And again, Dylan Smith, he is impressive. I mean, he set up the screen very well, backed off the linebackers through a nice pass, and they are knocking on the door here to put some more points on the board for the Bobcats.
Moyer, the deep back. He gets the call again, and why not? Spinning his way into the end zone. Norwayne with a 2-score advantage here on the road. Impressive drive.
Yeah, that was impressive. They, you saw everything in that drive. Power runs, they finished with a power run, swing pass, screens, inside run, outside run. You saw it all on that drive. That was impressive. And they really kept Hillsdale off balance that entire drive.
And it's with their senior quarterback Smith at the controls, busting it in for a touchdown here. The fellow senior, Moyer, makes it a 17-7 game.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Parker Metzger on to kick it away after a beautiful scoring drive just put together here by Norwayne. And a solid return right here, an aggressive one. Fighting for extra yards is Haven. Falcons, though, trail by a couple of scores. Effie and I, our keys to victory here tonight. I'm going with just beat man coverage. Your Whiteouts have got to win some one-on-ones, Effie. It opens up pretty much everything else.
Yeah. They've got to be able to beat that man and make sure that they're open for their young quarterback who can get them the football, for sure. That is for sure. That's a good key.
And for you, just establish that run game.
Yeah.
They've had the big explosive run, not a lot outside of that.
And I think it's important because if you want to be able to throw the ball downfield, you've got to be able to establish it. And this is key. And this guy and having Sloan be able to pound the football is going to open up the field for Kael Lewis. So I think they can't abandon the run. I know they're down 2 scores here, but it's still early. They've got to continue to be able to pound the football with some success if they want to open up those passing lanes.
And they're going to determine it was exactly 10 yards. The notes of the football right over
Nice.
where they needed to get. So it's a critical first down here for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Now trailing by 10.
Interesting stat, Brian. That is only their second first down of the night.
Quick screen pass set up. Shake and bake, but submarined. That's Holland Young on the reception. Looked like it could go big. Got to give credit to one of these Bobcats diving in there, taking out his ankles off of a block.
You know, and I always like those plays, the jailbreak screen type of plays, because if you block them right, they're it's a high percentage pass, but it has big play capability.
On a 2nd and 5, they'll give it to Sloan. He always has big play capability. Leaping over a couple men, gets 4, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1.
So Sloan again finding the hole, getting upfield, and right away, and this drive feels a little bit better for the Falcons if they can stay away from the penalties. That's really what's hurt them, the last few drives. They've just got to sustain drives, keep positive, getting positive yards, and that's a good sound run off right tackle for Sloan for another first down in this drive. Like I said, being down 2 scores for an offense like Hillsdale is not panic time here in the first half. It's not panic time for them. They've just got to, again, like I think, they've got to continue to establish the run, and then that'll open up other things for them offensively.
3:20 and counting to go here in quarter number 2. If Hillsdale can bleed down a lot of this clock and score, they do get the football to open up the 3rd quarter. Though Sloan has nowhere to run this time, as he's wrapped up basically right after he touched the football.
Yeah. Big Braden Craven was all over him as soon as he got the football. He was right there in the hole to meet him for essentially no gain there on first down.
2nd and long. Lewis looks over to the sideline. Motion Sloan to his left hip. Bobcats showing blitz off the edges. They'll bring it. A little stunt. It leaves one-on-one. They go deep. McFadden's got him hurt. Just a little overthrown.
Yeah.
Still very catchable for Hayden.
Yeah.
But it lands incomplete.
And I'm telling you, if Lewis had this back again, he would step more into this throw and put it more on his outside shoulder, and it would be money because it was a little bit of hand fighting down the sideline. But if he had to throw again, I'm sure he'd put it right on more on the outside shoulder. He let him a little bit inside, and the receiver had to fight more to get to the inside. But that's the shot you got to take. I like the play call, and I like taking that shot there on 2nd down.
Inches away from being the 9th touchdown catch for McFadden this season, as the whistle stops this before it has a chance to start. And we will get a timeout taken by the Falcons. And for this team playing here at home, chasing their first league title in 9 seasons, this is how they have gotten to this point so far in the year. A perfect 9-0 on the season and taking care of business. They had some tough games early. couple in the middle as well. But I really feel like getting over that hump, taking out Downton in what was an unbelievable game and atmosphere here in week number 5, was a bit of a springboard for them, Effie, to get to this place knowing that they had the potential to potentially run the tables, and so far, so good.
Right. And, sometimes those are big games, and even whether those teams that have been the perennial champions year after year, no matter whether they're having a good year or not, to beat those types of teams does something to your confidence. And I think getting that win over Downton earlier in the year really did. That gave them a springboard. And as you can see, they have played well to this point. And having a sophomore quarterback, leading this team to this point, just been amazing. And that is that's a risky throw for that sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, dancing on the razor's edge right there with Ryder Ingold back in coverage. Harmlessly falls as an incomplete pass. But you're right. A lot of danger behind that one.
Well, and I noticed before the timeout they had called they were going with a fade seam, and they called a timeout, and they went with more of a 10-yard hook that time, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down, just inside the Bobcat 40-yard line.
Lewis moves the pocket to the right. It collapses instantly.
Oh,
brought down beyond midfield, sacked on the play. Ingold in there first. A little bit of help as well from Dylan Tanner. Monster defensive play right there, but an unsportsmanlike contact penalty at the end. It's still going to be Bobcat football.
Wow.
This just never had a chance.
Yeah. Just a missed assignment, complete missed assignment. And I thought they blitzed, but I don't think they did. They just complete missed assignment, and the guy came clean. And, boy, just a tough break. Tough break.
Show it to you one more time. They do just rush 4. A late blitzer coming up the middle, but by that point, Ryder was already in there, and by far right now, he's the leader for that MVP.
For sure. For sure. He's played a heck of a game.
We saw last drive just how well Smith performed. It's a chance now for the junior. Put this a shade behind the receiver. Still should have been brought in by Hackworth, but it falls to the turf.
Yeah, Bruner, again, steps up and, rolls out. And, this is not a bad pass right on the back shoulder, and, it would have been a tough catch, but probably a catch that I'm sure that Logan Hackworth is saying, I probably should have brought that in.
But that's not really his game.
Right.
12 catches on the year. Yeah. He's averaging 32 yards per clip. So he's the big play guy. Oh, man. So is McFadden. He's had 2 pick sixes already this season. So close to a third.
Well, and I'm telling you, Hayden McFadden is, you could tell he's a gamer because how many 5-7 yard hitches have they thrown tonight? And, he read that perfectly. He read that perfectly, and as soon as he threw it, he broke on it. And the only thing he done everything right except catch the football. But he broke on that perfectly, and he read that play right away.
Sitting back in coverage here. One deep safety. The moon shot over the middle. Bruner's got his man. Chugging forward. Huge gain for Tanner. And the Bobcats right back in business. 3rd and 10, and this is what they draw up.
Wow.
Gorgeous completion. Throwing over the top. Young in coverage. Just an awesome run after catch.
And, those type of throws over the middle inside the hash marks are so tough on 3rd down. But, again, Bruner to me, he's a special passer. He is a special passer. Another complete pass on 1st down.
Yeah, another Home and Kitchen Supply 1st down. This is the other quarterback in the room. But you can tell he's more of a versatile threat than just that Catch number 14 on the season, 3 of them here tonight for Mr. Smith. And this offense finding a flow right now, getting into a very nice rhythm.
With both quarterbacks. That's tough to find when you got rhythm with 2 different quarterbacks playing.
Run fake here. Nobody bites on it. And a harsh tackle down to the turf as we'll get a timeout here. Aiden Hoffman with a solid read on this. Both he and Critchbaum didn't flinch at the fake. As we get a timeout here taken by the Bobcats, and we'll see how they've gotten to this point so far on the season. That game at St. Clairsville, a tough loss just by a score. Since then, they have been perfect and put themselves in a great position to host 2 home games in the postseason in their region. But you just look at the point totals per game, Effie.
Wow.
You know, some tough ones out of the gates, those first 3, and then kind of bookending here. A little bit soft in the middle, these last 3 against the 3 top contenders in the WCAL. Limited to 17 a couple of weeks back at Downton, a great game. Last week, Smithville's really played well. They put 27 on them. And a chance here to get their 4th score in this first half at Hillsdale. Second and 14, clean pocket. Where's the coverage?
Wow.
Nobody within 5 yards of Logan Hackworth. He's in his 8th touchdown reception of the season. In a very quiet home cheering section right now in Jeromesville.
Wow. Complete blown coverage. And I will tell you, a great play design. They faked the bubble screen, and the safety that had to be responsible for that seam bit on that bubble screen and just vacated the area. And a great read, great throw, and a score. And wow. And like you said, Brian, the rhythm of this offense.
Whew.
With 2 quarterbacks, and you very rarely can say that. A team has got such great rhythm on offense playing 2 quarterbacks series by series. And you very rarely can say that. But they're doing a great job of it.
Tonight's live and free high school football showdown brought to you, folks, thanks to our good friends at Brew'd Coffee and Donut Shop, offering specialty coffees, donuts, and breakfast food in downtown Hayesville. Sloan Concrete, decorative and standard concrete services serving central and northern Ohio since 2005. And 89 Homes, building homes, earning trust since 1979. Squib kick, return up the middle, out across the 45-yard line. It'll be solid field position for the Falcons. Set up on the take back by Brady Heller. And they better find some points here, Effie, or
right.
Even getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter. You just don't feel like you're going to be able to stop Norwayne every single time. So I think even 3 here could be big.
I would be trying hard for a 2-for-1 type of situation, trying to get points on the board, even if it's 3. Trying to get points on the board here before halftime, just to go into halftime on a positive note is going to be huge.
Lewis, shuffle step, loads one up, goes deep. McFadden into your picture. Big gain down to the 23-yard line. And this is just all improvisation.
Right.
Kael Lewis off his mark to the left. And McFadden keeping his eyes on his quarterback. Never giving up on the play.
All right. Got
Quick
him
hitter
again.
here on first down. And a quick timeout taken. Back-to-back catches now by McFadden. The junior having a sensational season. 33 catches, more than 700 yards. He's got 8 touchdowns to lead the team. and the preferred target, the favorite so far of Kael Lewis this season.
Well, and he finds a way to get open. I think, like you said, he was able to find the eyes of his quarterback. He saw his quarterback was immediately in a scramble drill, so he found his quarterback, and he just had the confidence to go to throw the football, and he made himself available. And that is just a quarterback and his receiver. You know, sometimes as a receiver, you got to know what your quarterback needs. And that's what that was there on that play. And that was a big-time play. And now they're in a position to get what they need, which is points going in before halftime.
Quarterbacks can be some needy guys, too.
Yeah,
so
they can.
You got to fit those desires.
Yes, they can.
Lob to the back of the
How
end
about
zone, an
that?
adjustment
How
and a
about
touchdown.
that?
Holland Young brings
Get
it
outta
in,
here.
and we got a ball game again, folks. Shaken up a bit as he's out on the track. A little bit slow to get up. We'll show you why here on the replay. But what an answer and a response here by this Hillsdale offense.
Kael Lewis off his back foot. I think he came down awkwardly on that leg. And that.
Pretty decent coverage back there as well by Bryant Ferry. As we do have an injury timeout. Show it to you one more time. Slow it down at the point of impact. Possibly two. That left elbow when he gets slung down, it's not on the turf, it's on the track, which is nice. It's bouncy, it's forgiving.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, he did come down hard on that thing.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he's favoring right now, Effie. Kind of reaching over for that elbow, but.
Well, I'd much rather it be him that type of a hit than that leg. But that is a big-time play, and that is exactly what they needed in this moment. And you know, Kael Lewis is a quarterback, and that's kudos to the Falcon offense, understanding the moment. Like, look, we need to get points going in before halftime. We're going to get the ball coming out. We need to establish ourselves offensively, and their big-time players stepped up on that drive and got them on the board here.
A.J. Brown with the PAT. It's good, and all of a sudden, looked like it might be danger time, flying into that danger zone for the Falcons. Instead, they fly one in for this score. Beautiful throw off a 1 foot, dancing backwards, and a gutsy grab.
Absolutely.
7th touchdown reception of the season by Holland Young. Him and McFadden, they have been those two game-breaking type of players for them, combining for more than 1,350 of Lewis's yards so far this season.
Wow. Well, and I'll tell you what, Brian, that you know, right now, you know, going into the half, and again, you know, 23.7 seconds to go, and Norwayne is no slouch offensively either. But you know, this is the type of game that says that's the type of job that says, okay, we belong here. You know what I mean? We do belong here. We can score points, and that's the way we're going to have to stay in this game. We're going to have big plays of our own.
Cameron Hackworth elects to take it on the perimeter. Not sure why. Probably could have just let this roll out, and boy, he felt the repercussions right there, shellacked by Deacon Borman. Bang.
Ooh. Physical.
Bobcats have moved the football very effectively. Such short time, though. 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Do they elect to try to put one in the air? Probably a wise decision. Just put it in the hands of Mason Moyer. And he trudges for maybe a gain of a yard. And I feel like both sides probably pretty content right now just to take it into the break.
Sure.
The game of the century is what they were billing it, folks. Right now we've got a 10-point differential, but Hillsdale, off that awesome drive to close out the half, have brought it within 10, and they'll get the football to start off the third quarter. Still got halftime marching band performances to come. Effie and I will break down the stats and get you all set for the last 2 quarters of play. You're enjoying live and free high school football right here on the OH Report.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Our next selection powered its way through movies, dance floors, and now onto the football field. Bonnie Tyler reminds us that heroes aren't just some stories, they're within us all, ready to help when needed most. Please enjoy Bonnie Tyler's top hit, Holding Out for a Hero. It'll include our tribute to heroes on the big screen with selections from the action comedy Atari and the hit TV show Peter Gunn, featuring a pair of heroes in unconventional circumstances across the globe. It goes to show that anyone can save the day.
Do you need this? I don't know. Do you need that rope? No. Right here. That's our pile.
Can't move it.
Are you good now? Thank you.
It's okay.
Hand warmers? I got something like I don't know.
You remember you? You cut down. If you're going to cut a pine tree down, we never got that done. Never did. In the garden there. Huh?
Once again, the 2024 Norwayne High School Bobcat Live Racing Game. We would like to thank the Hillsdale community and the Hillsdale High School cheerleaders for their support out there as we have granted with the tragic loss of one of our students a few weeks ago. Hillsdale, we thank you for being a wonderful audience this evening and join with us in our Bobcat Live. As always, go Bobcats!
We get truck in there, we'll be back down. We'll put her down.
They better not say some years on time.
No.
Guys been on it. Oh, nobody. Always put it on truck. They're going to bite you. No way.
Well, what happens, these other countries don't like torpedoes, so you know what's coming. And you had them they had them bankrupt. You everybody give them all kinds of billions of dollars.
Doing $105 million or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Obama did.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2024 Hillsdale Falcon Marching Band. Tonight we bring you our senior show. This senior night performance will be followed by the second annual Glow Show after the game. We hope you stay and watch the hard work that these students have put in. We start our show with a song that is widely considered the greatest song of all time. This 80s hit is by the King of Pop himself, recorded in 1982. This song is said by many to have the greatest music video of all time, with its dancing zombies and iconic red jacket and pants. Here is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Shirts printed up with number 5 on the back for him. Trevor was the quarterback.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they all have new t-shirts. It's on Facebook. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
time between childhood and adulthood. This is AJR's band, opening with a sousaphone solo by senior Mason Bliss.
What do you think, Wayne?
I don't know. They're going to play better than they did the first time. Defense.
Defense in the center, wide open. Kill us all night across the middle.
Yep.
That's another thing too.
The beginning band member or has played the recorders. Here is Hot Cross Buns.
What kind of soft drops you got, too?
Rendition of Hot Cross Buns tonight, but you've just been rickrolled. This popular brand started back in 2007 using Rick Astley's popular song, Never Gonna Give You Up, released in 1987, and we're proud to keep the brand alive and well. This has been the 2024 Hillsdale Falcons Marching Band. Please join us for our glow show performance after the game. Thank you for your Falcon marching bands again. Thank you for your improved music education in your schools and schools around the nation. Thank you for your Falcon marching band tonight as we will be tonight. Rachel Kelly and director. Elizabeth Taylor, the percussion director. Leon Hunt, associate band director. And Alex Ranger, the band director.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got to.
The Sloan Concrete halftime show continues, and a big shout out. Both marching bands rocked it here tonight. Hillsdale, especially in week 10, brought it from start to finish. Really a great show here at the break. I'm Brian Skowronski. Effie James is with me, and we're short time. Those bands played quite a while, so let's dive right into these first half stats and, kind of break down the contest to go along with the numbers and how we've gotten to this point.
When you look at, these both teams, like it's kind of a tale of a couple quarters of first downs. Norwayne has been able to sustain drives, especially early. They came out and established offense with the first downs. Passing the football, they've really been able to move the football down the field. 162 yards passing, 79 yards rushing. For 241 total yards, and the Falcons, on the other hand, 7 first downs. And again, for a while, the whole first quarter, they only had one first down, but they really, in the second quarter, especially those last couple drives, they stopped hurting themselves with a couple penalties, started to move the football here. Rush yards 73, and a lot of that, they had more than that, but they had a couple big losses that hurt their rush yards, but they had a lot more yards than that. 96 yards. Or 96 yards passing for 169 total yards, 25 yards in penalties, no turnovers for either team. But like I said, it was a well-played game offensively for Norwayne, and Hillsdale got that all-important scoring drive before halftime, and I think that's going to weigh big here going into the second half.
Yeah, let's dive a little bit deeper into that, Effie, because I was told there's a big group thread. I don't know if I'm supposed to name names, but Sean Snow, one of the coaches here, along with Jason Beans, who goes to a bunch of high school football games, said, and I quote, "Don't squib it. You kick that deep. You're up 17 points there at the end." And Hillsdale, they parlayed that into that touchdown.
Right.
Do you feel like that's facts?
That is absolutely facts, because, you have a quarterback and a receiver tandem that has proven they have big play capability. So you do not want to, we talked earlier about how field position is going to play a part. You want to make these defenses defend the entire field. You don't want to give these offenses short fields. So kick the football, and here we go.
We're right up the middle. Shout out Dan Arnold for sharing that information with me.
Yeah.
As the Falcons looking to get one of those back-to-backs, you know, the score and the score here, which would be huge because not that it looked like they were going to be left for dead, but if they didn't get any points there before the half, it would have been very tough for them to try to dig themselves out of a 24-7 deficit against this Norwayne team.
But I'm saying right now, how do you feel right now? If you're the Hillsdale offense, you feel great. You went into the locker room, you had big plays, you scored, and now you got the ball again close to midfield, so you feel good offensively.
Little throw fake. As weaving his way to the outside, spinning for a gain of maybe 2, goes Owen Sloan. As he's knocked down by a couple of Bobcats. Jacob Bruner helping in on the stop.
You know, and defensively, and Norwayne has been stout up front against the run. They've had, you know, of course, early the big play, the explosive play by Sloan there in the first quarter. But outside of that, they've been really tough up front against the run. And we talked about how one of the keys for Hillsdale was going to be able to run the ball effectively, but they've got to continue to pound the ball with Sloan. And here they are again in the outside run with some success, and Sloan with a really nice run on the perimeter.
Lowers his shoulder at the end 2 to pick up about 3 extra as he went right at Dylan Smith.
Yeah.
And aside from that 63-yard touchdown burst that he had earlier, just 10 rushing yards for the Falcons in that first half.
See, and that's what I mean. It is, they have had, you know, the Norwayne has done a really good job with the inside run. They've had success is running to the outside, and that's why they run in pitch sweeps here, one way, the other way, and they've shot themselves in the foot with some penalties.
Decent protection, but way underthrown, and there was double coverage also on the play as McFadden broke it deep. I think Lewis probably thought that he was going to angle that more across the middle.
Right.
And it falls incomplete.
Right, and I think what's happening here is Hillsdale's having some trouble up front against this Norwayne front, keeping them blocked, and you know they're having some trouble running the ball inside, and that's okay. And that's, you run the ball to the outside. They've ran some jet sweeps, had some success with that, but right now they've got to get the ball out of Lewis's hands quickly. And here's another perimeter run for Sloan into the boundary, just trying to give a different look, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and long here for the Falcons.
Try to run to the short side of the field. A little bit of pressure coming off the edge, and how many times have we seen Ryder Ingold get off of his block and come in and help with the stop? I mean, this guy's been really impressive so far in this game, and Norwayne, they frustrate a lot of opposing offenses. We'll see what they can do here on a 3rd down for the Falcons. They need about 9. 2 receivers set, tipped, but still caught.
Wow.
Right into the hands of Young, who had the touchdown just before the break. And he ends up in a scrum, but not before he has plenty for a 1st down out to the 26-yard line.
And, you know, they've been trying to get that fade seam for a few series, and even then it got tipped, but they still were able to get it complete for the 1st down. But again, a great good read by Kael Lewis. Even though it got tipped, great concentration to complete that pass and keep this drive alive. Now deep into Bobcat territory.
Play action, little fake here. Lewis running for his life. Throws a heater. Nearly an acrobatic catch, and a flag does come in late.
Wow.
This was at the point of the catch, or
it's going to be a late hit, is it?
Just outside of it. Maybe a push-off against McFadden, judging from where the flag is. You rarely see offensive interference.
Is there another flag? I thought it was another flag back here. There's another flag back by the quarterback, but he picked it up.
Oh, you're correct. See. So it will be roughing the passer, and the other flag must have been also on the catch attempt here. So a late hit against Lewis. And I'm not sure what's wrong with the coverage, but it did have an infraction. Nevertheless, they'll march inside of the red zone all the way down to the 14-yard line.
Wow.
Opportunity for the Falcons over just the last 4 minutes of play to make up 14 points on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
They have to do it 5 yards further back, though.
Yeah. A little bit of early motion by the Falcons that time. And again, those are the types of plays that, could really, it changes your play, and you could have a certain play called, but just those simple 5 yards could change the dynamic of what you wanted to, as a play caller, that could change the dynamic of what you want to call, now with 1st and 15.
They'll try to catch the edge again. Sloan up in between a couple of blocks. Look at the running. Fierce into the end zone. It's a one-score game, folks.
Wow. How about Sloan?
He would not be denied, Effie.
That's exactly what I was thinking. 3 missed tackles. And I was thinking exactly what you were saying. He was not going to be denied. He was going to get into the end zone on that run. Second touchdown of the night for Sloan. And look at that.
All of a sudden, just a 3-point differential on the scoreboard. The game of the century in the WCAL. Producing now 14 straight from the Falcons. Hillsdale kicks it short, and you don't want this guy to touch the football ever, as it's Ingold, and a sharp return as he brings it out near the 45-yard line. These squib kicks just seem to be costly here for the kicking team.
I'm not sure what the strategy is, and there may not be a strategy. Sometimes you just don't have the kicker to kick it deep always, or your kick coverage is not what it should be. So I get that. I've seen sometimes your kick coverage is not what it should be, so you squib it. I get that. Sometimes that's just the best strategy. But man, I would not like to give these offenses these short fields if I didn't have to.
A little pitch out to the right, a couple shuttle steps, and a harsh tackle at the end of the play there by Lincoln Jones. Damage done. 8-yard pickup here on a first down, and a great way to begin this opening drive of the third quarter if you're a Bobcat fan.
Mason Moyer has got really good feet in the hole in traffic, quick little shifts of direction, and great balance, and, not easy to bring down. You can see why he's got so many yards on the season, and he's got such success in the running game because, he's got great balance and good feet in the hole.
Ball spotted right at midfield. Moyer, the lone back. They'll call his number again. Great idea. To the outside. Throws a stiff arm. As he collects another home and kitchen supply first down, busting into enemy territory. Give him a dozen.
And once again, that looks like that off-tackle play. They pull the backside tackle, and he comes off the right side. And for another first down, and this looks just like their first series. Offensive line coming off the ball, and they really pounding the football here. Again with Dylan Smith in at quarterback.
Yeah, it's the seniors turning a gaping hole on the right side. But the ball comes loose late. Falcons say they have it. McFadden certainly owns possession right now, but the referee is indicating he was down. We'll check this back. I'll slow it down a bunch at the end. So there's McFadden ripping for the football. It looks like it's a dogfight for it, and I know you can't tell quite when he has possession, and it looks like the ball. I think that it was maybe joint possession going to the ground there. But if that's the case,
the offense is going to get it.
The offense is going to maintain.
For sure. Wow.
Nearly a spectacular defensive effort, though. Wiggling to the outside is Hackworth. And as he leans forward, Hoffman takes him down. But he's right at where they need to get for another first down. And they say, get the chain gang back on the move. The Bobcats moving at will right now.
Wow, this rushing attack has been really stellar this drive. They have come out with really an emphasis on pounding the football here, and on this drive in particular. No tricks. We're coming right at you.
It is trick-or-treat season right now. It's been mostly treats so far on the ground attack. Feasting this time, though, the Falcons. 3-pack, all converge to make the stop. As they'll drop them down, maybe a gain of 1. So the Hillsdale defense showing a little bit of pride out there after just getting gashed, and holes fit for an 18-wheeler to drive through on a couple of different carries. Moyer the lone back. They'll fake it to him. This time Smith darts through a little crease, and he reaches across the 5-yard line. First down and goal on the way.
Yeah, I love this play call because I like the formation. They really spread them out here. They go with the quarterback read, and it's really a quarterback power. They spread out the defense. They go to the trips to the high side and really give them a different look offensively. And they go with a quarterback power to get the extra blocker. It's just a great play call down at this part of the field.
Jesse Trevathan with a touchdown-saving tackle, but standing on the doorstep, Moyer runs right side, a little wiggle, no one lays a hand on him. Bobcats answer in a hurry.
Impressive drive.
Falcons score on their opening drive of the third quarter after shutting down the second with a touchdown drive of their own. But Norwayne able to answer back on the first ring right here. No pass plays called on that drive. Didn't need him.
Wow, that was a very impressive drive.
31-21. The lead back extended out to 10. Lewis in the offense with a chance to answer when we come back. Nothing fancy about that touchdown drive by the Bobcats as they kick it out of bounds here. Fresh off of another scoring drive. We'll show you the touchdown one more time on the Simonson Construction Services replay. And this is kind of just encapsulating of what happened time after time each play on that last drive. Effie.
Yeah, just straight man-on-man blocking there, zone blocking, hat on a hat, and everybody won their position and knocked their man off the ball, and a walk-in touchdown for Mason Moyer. And I think we're going to have that was just a kickoff penalty there. They should get the ball at the 35, I believe. Is that right?
About to find out together. It's either the 30 or the 35. You are correct, sir. So it's been more or less excellent field position each time one of these offenses has had the football. Now, the Falcons went backwards that one time a bunch.
Right.
But they started on their own 30 that time. And now they're just 65 yards away from Pater. And certainly they need to keep up with the Joneses here as this is lobbed into trouble. The diving interception is made. Ryder Ingold again. He's done it in every facet of the game tonight.
Right. And Ryder Ingold was not fooled by the, it was a fake pitch sweep. And he read it all the way. He was all over this throw. And a great play. And you kind of got the feeling like which team was going to make the big mistake and have the big turnover. And that feels big.
Yes.
Here in the second quarter, we've got just over 5 minutes to go here in the third, but that felt big. Gives the Bobcats another possession here after they just scored a huge touchdown on a huge drive.
The first giveaway of the night for either team. Moyer has been shredding them. Here he is, high knees, driving in the middle of the pack. And pushes out for 5 yards to start off this second drive for them in this third quarter.
And this is a place where the Falcons, have to look defensively. They've got to do something to get more stout up front. The Norwayne has shown they are going to pound you. They're coming now with Dylan Smith back-to-back drives. So to me, that says, passing the football is not going to be our number one option here. We are going to pound you here. So they've got to do a little bit more up front, maybe bring more people inside the box, because just as I say that, they go deep with the throw.
The play fake was sold well.
Absolutely.
Flag does come in the secondary, as it's a little over the intended target that time. That was Tanner. And he was skating free, had a step.
Oh, wow.
And a tough call here against the Falcons.
Yeah, and that's a tough call. Wow, that's a tough call. I was watching that because when I saw the play action, I looked downfield. It was a little bumping, but that's a tough call. That's a tough call. I mean, by the letter of it, he probably nudged him, but I don't know if it would have made the difference in the catch. But either way, it's a first down. But I love the play call because, just like we said, we thought it would be a run heavy. They go hard play action and try to go over the top with a deep throw and get the PI.
Mason's the lone back. They'll call his name again. Veers it out left side, puts his foot in the ground. He cuts across the 20. Finally brought down at the end of the play by Jones. Gashed again as the Falcons defense against this run attack.
Wow. And Moyer has really good vision. Great job using his blocking downfield and just so tough to bring down. And this rushing attack has just been unstoppable here in the third quarter for the Bobcats. They've been a freight train, literally.
Falcons might have jumped. I think the referees determined they got back on time. And how about Smith?
Wow.
Still turns it into 6 points. Flag down on the fields. Oh. So, illegal. What is that one? Let's see.
I didn't see what he called. What did he call? A hold?
It looked like this. Illegal hands to something. Whatever it is, it wipes those 6 points off the board, and it drops the Bobcats back to the 23-yard line. It was a pre-snap penalty. Tried to show it to you real quick. See if you can determine what happened. They'll go play fake, loading up to the zone, wide open, but dropped. Oh, Ingold's had such an impressive night. right on the precipice of pulling in another touchdown.
Yeah, that, wide open again. Great looking corner route. Just a little bit more. It was a little bit wide of a throw.
Those are tough sometimes for a wideout when you get close to that
right,
boundary. You get in your own head thinking a little bit about your feet. Looked like he alligator armed it just a little bit.
And I think he started to fall before he needed to. But if Davis had that throw back, I think he'd take a little off of it also.
Quick toss, the connection. Hackworth maneuvers. Falcons were there. Looked like they might get him even for a loss. And he's able to get the penalty yardage back near to the line of scrimmage. Or excuse me, the original line of scrimmage, I should say. As it's a 9-yard pickup. Makes third down a bit easier here for the Bobcats, and certainly in 4-down territory.
Dylan Smith for, his role now back-to-back series, he's shown that he's he can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he can run this offense well. The senior quarterback, and here he is.
Tight window, throws a dime, whirling into the end zone.
How about that?
Wow.
Right on cue, throws a really nice throw on the slant for the touchdown.
Tanner brings it in, his third touchdown of the season. Just a dart, man-to-man coverage, Young way behind the play. And just the extra effort makes all the difference.
Wow.
Norwayne again strikes. They extend the lead out to 3 scores. Falcons in a bit of trouble when we come back.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
All of a sudden, after the turnover, back-to-back touchdowns here for Norwayne as Sloan has to backtrack inside his own 10. Couple shimmy shakes, and he'll be locked up around the 14-yard line. So a tough spot here for Kael Lewis in this offense to be in. They have not trailed this deep in a game outside of the Downton contest. Find out what they're made of here at home.
Absolutely, and for the Bobcats, that's probably the best kickoff we've seen tonight. Inside the 15.
Lewis bumbles the snap, and not a good way to start this one. They'll backtrack about 6 yards. Maybe a bit of nerve starting to catch up to the sophomore quarterback. His first snap after throwing the interception. It's on the money. He's just never secured it.
Yeah, it looked like it hit him in the hands. He just never got it. And this is a tough spot for Hillsdale, but again, they've got the firepower. They've just got to execute here down the stretch, just inside of 2 minutes here in this third quarter. But they've got to get going.
They'll try the right side. There's a seam. And it's a nice play. Sloan bursts out to about the 19-yard line. Give him a gain of 11 here on second down.
And they certainly could use a couple of explosive plays. It's not not too early. You definitely got to keep running the football, and you don't have to chuck the football in the air every time. They can run the ball with Sloan, but they've got to get something going here offensively.
Little heat from the backside. Lewis swirls out, comes near. Flag comes in, and probably going to be a hold against the Falcons as Kael has to throw it away. Pair of penalty flags actually down. And it sure felt like a couple Bobcats got held on their way trying to get to the sophomore QB.
Right.
One hanky for sure.
I wonder if the other one is illegal.
So both holding penalties. You could tell one. And the second thrown by the judge on the near side, but it's declined here by the Bobcats. 4th and 5. And what do you think about Trevor Klein's decision to punt this?
You know, I like it. You know, you're deep in your own territory, and
have you seen the defense on the field?
Well, I know that, but at this point, you can't give away points, and that is not a bad punt. You're going to get a decent roll, and there you go.
How about it? Did the Falcons dive on top of it?
They did.
Lady Luck has found its way here into Jeromesville, and she's wearing a Falcon uniform.
That was the best offensive play of that drive, the punt.
In Klein, I trust forevermore. Just mishandled there by Kate Leach.
Wow.
And it's the best possible scenario for
Absolutely.
Hillsdale. Home and kitchen supply, first down in enemy territory, and a little spark. See if this can start fueling something here for this offense.
Well, and offensively, they can't have the negative plays. It's not that every play's got to be great. You just can't have negative plays.
Oh, heat comes. Lewis lost it, and Norwayne gets it right back. Simon Haniko the first to it. Hillsdale indicating they still have it, and they do.
Well, and I think this official in the back is kind of indicating, it looked like he was indicating a forward pass, but it did not look like a forward pass to me.
All right, we'll slow this down here. Oh.
Yeah, it looked like he just let it go.
So the sack from Hackworth, it came dislodged unquestionably. And they are going to say forward pass. Now, when you watch it again, the arm angle, it does kind of move forward here, Effie.
Right.
But it's also, you're right, it's like he saw the pressure and he was like, I just don't
want
ball right
any
now.
of that. Okay, but now we have a penalty flag.
Yes.
Against the Falcons for some kind of unsportsmanlike penalty.
Oh, a second flag.
Yes.
So intentional grounding, and it
Right.
gets parlayed with another 15 yards.
Wow.
They'll back up 30.
Wow.
Falcons Nation calling for a flag. They're going to get one at the last minute. If you throw enough little sheets of paper in that complaint box, eventually they're going to get noticed.
And I'm not sure what.
I think they're asking for a late hit. And if it's a dead ball, well, it's not the NFL, not an automatic first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, Brian.
Yeah, looks pretty
I
good to me.
don't know about that. I'm sorry.
Gave him a little extra tussle there at the end.
Wow. Whoa.
So big benefit for the Falcons. Because after that muffed punt, it kind of felt like that Jim Carrey scene where he's talking to Lauren Holly and Dumb and Dumber. So like 1 in 100?
Right.
More like 1 in a million when they backed up 30. But hey, the window of opportunity has opened and presented itself yet again. They just need 14 and probably 2 downs to do it.
It has.
Oh, way underthrown.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to make a observation here. For the first time and I'm not. I haven't seen the young man play a lot. I know he's has tremendous stats, and has obviously had a great year.
Yeah.
But just watching right now, Kael Lewis looks like a 10th grader. You know what I mean? He looks like a 10th grader. He is obviously a supremely talented quarterback, but right now he is playing like a 10th grader in this moment. So he just needs to settle down a bit. I think they need to get him some quick throws. We still have an entire fourth quarter to play, but he looks a lot flustered right now.
Little heat comes. He's going to throw a heat-seeking missile into coverage. It'll be knocked down. You already know who's there.
Yeah.
Ryder getting another piece of it. Ball back over to the Bobcats.
And this young man is supremely talented. The kid's got a huge arm. You could just tell by that throw. He's got a huge arm. But right now, all of his throws are like predetermined. This is where I'm going. I'm letting it go. The pressure is getting to him right now. And it's a huge game, so
game of the century.
Absolutely. And some of the plays he's made, you could tell his youth is showing a little bit right now. But right now, more than anything, their defense needs to step up and try to get a stop for him. But it's going to be tough the way this offense from Norwayne is rolling.
Moyer's been humming. They're able to slow him down here on this first down carry, but it's Norwayne football. They've got the lead, 3 possessions. Falcons, we'll see if they can put up a fight when we come back for the fourth quarter. Effie, are you aware of what time it is right now?
What time is that?
I believe it's money time right now here in Jeromesville, and there's a big check being ready to cash for one of these two teams, the WCAL outright championship on the line, and it is the Bobcats firmly in front right now with the second down run and plenty. Adding to the total now for Mason Moyer. He has been taking over the game in this second half.
Yeah, and really his stamp has been on this game from the beginning. His power running off that right side has been a staple in this game. Off that right side, off right tackle, has been unstoppable really the entire game. And for Hillsdale, if they want to get something done, they're going to have to start taking some chances here defensively. And I know they don't want to give up any deep shots, but right now they've got to start stacking the box. They've got to do something to disrupt things up front.
They do show an 8-man box. Hackworth, and he's able to maneuver his way for about 5 yards. It's another solid gain here for the Bobcats. And just running straight ahead,
right,
finding some small creases and turning them into big gain after big gain.
Yeah. And, the Bobcats have had success running the football. And, of course, when they've had to throw the football, they've done that well as well. But this guy has been, he has been the motor. He has carried this offense literally from the first quarter all the way through. They've been leaning on him to establish the offense, and he's got first down after first down. Whenever they've needed it, he's got it for them. So, Mason Moyer has been their guy offensively.
Another crooked number, 7 yards here for Moyer, as they're just outside the red zone now at the Falcon 23-yard line. Only 10:21 to play. Ton riding on this. Falcons a chance to earn the #1 overall seed in Division 7, Region 25. We'll show you the playoff rankings for each of these teams coming up here soon, as there is a lot to be gained as well for Norwayne. Of course, you always want the chip too. And
of course.
Conference title. All leans on the outcome here tonight. Bobcats have been a dominant force. Ground and pound. Seldom have had to throw in this second half because of runs like this. Another home and kitchen supply first down for Moyer. Effie, he gets low to the earth like an ant and just motors.
Right. And again, that first contact, he's able to find extra space. You know, he's got great feet in the hole. He understands how to chop his feet, and he shifts just ever so slightly in the hole. The really good running backs understand how to shift their body in small spaces, and he's able to get those extra yards in the hole. And you know, he's done a tremendous job here tonight.
Hackworth this time, little jump cut in the hole, but he lost the football. Up for grabs. Norwayne might have pounced back on top.
Oh, boy.
What a heads-up play there for Bruner.
Oh, you got to have that ball if you're the Falcons.
It looked like it was going to be center cut for Holland Young to scoop this up and potentially even take it back. Looking over to the sideline is Bruner, and then all of a sudden.
Wow.
Just comes darting in out of nowhere and keeps the drive alive. That's huge.
Wow. That is a missed opportunity for the Falcons right there.
2nd and 8 now. Spinning for another first down. They could pick one up inside the 2. Goal to go situation here for Norwayne. 44. Like the Energizer Bunny tonight. He just keeps on going, closing in on 1,000 yards now for the season.
Wow. So tough to bring down. He's getting momentum because the offensive line is getting such great push. There's no contact until he gets on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and by that time he's got such great momentum. Even if you do hit him, he's going to fall forward for 5, 6, 7 yards.
Moyer will get the press clippings, but that offensive front again. Ginormous hole. And the Bobcats basically slam the door shut right here. 44-21. Moyer back into the end zone. And it's just been winning up front, finding some holes. And the backs right now carrying the Bobcats out to a huge commanding lead.
Yeah, and it's been the same, you know, since they came out in the second half. It's like they went into the locker room and said, you know what, it's time for us to impose our will on this game physically, and they have done that.
Just 7 minutes, 35 seconds remain. You all knew coming into this one, the outright WCAL championship was on the line, and you don't think all the folks from Norway knew about it? Look at the dudes and the girls from Creston out here in force. Loving every minute of it. 45 points they have dropped on the Falcons. And here is why it is so important. Take a look at these playoff standings right now, and you're going to see Norwayne sitting at that number 5 spot, Effie. A victory for them tonight. They can finish as high as 4th. But that's huge now with the expanded playoffs with 16 teams getting in. That indicates 2 home games back-to-back in weeks 11 and 12. They secure a top 4 spot with a victory here tonight.
Wow. That is, you know, those home games in the playoffs are just huge. And, you know, not only are they big for your team, but your community. You know, your community, and it rewards you. The way the playoff system is now, it rewards you for having a great season. And then on top of that, the cherry on top is the championship. You get the championship and the fact that you get a chance to play at home for multiple games. So that's huge.
Trailing by 24 points now. Still just 3 scores if you can get some 2-point conversions. This has been available tonight for the Falcons in this run attack. Catching the edge goes Owen Sloan and quickly finds his way into enemy territory with a nice run. Call it 11.
Owen Sloan is, he had to be a big part of this offensive attack, and has had some success on the outside run, but when you're so limited in what you can do, and this Bobcat defensive front is so stout inside, and oh boy.
Yeah, hopefully there's not a non-contact.
Yeah, that looked
down.
Yeah, that looked bad.
Oh man, clinching his face mask. You hope he's just embarrassed.
Yeah. He went down awkwardly trying to come out of that motion.
So while they tend to him, we'll show him, you fans at home, what the picture looks like right now for the Falcons in the postseason, and they're still in an unbelievable spot.
Mm-hmm.
Start of the day in second place in Division 7 Region 25. They could clinch the number 1 seed with a victory. Monroeville, who last I checked, they had a slight edge in their matchup. Well, actually, let me get a score on their game right now with St. Paul. Oh, man, they got a battle going on. It looks like it's a 1-point game there late in the fourth quarter. Monroeville can leapfrog them, but at the worst, I think Hillsdale can only finish third. So that means 2 home games no matter what for Coach Klein and his kids. And a great sign, of course, for Hillsdale, as Jake Haven, a little gimpy, but he was able to get up and walk off over to the bench.
That's great. That's great.
Sloan dead ahead. He veers to the outside. Owen Sloan throws it into the whirlpool. Dives out near the 26-yard line. 23-yard gain as the run attack. Still alive here for the Falcons, not giving up on it.
For sure, and I think in this, credit to Coach Klein here, and I think he understands that, with his quarterback a little bit rattled, look, be who you are in this moment. You've got a solid rushing attack. He's running the ball well. You're going to, like you just mentioned, you're going to be in the playoffs. You want to make sure that your offense is able to play well still. You don't want to just start slinging the ball around the field and have a bad product here at the end of this game.
Sure.
So I've always been for, at the end of the games, if it's not going well, go back to who you are. Be who you are no matter what happens. And if it goes well at the end and we put some points on the board here in the last 6 minutes, great. We'll come back and we could potentially win, but don't go outside of who you are, especially when you got a quarterback that's clearly a little bit outside of himself here in these last couple drives.
Sloan reading his blocks and plummets forward to set up a 3rd down and 1. Falcons right on the doorstep. This team on the season, they only scored 14 against Smithville. This would be their 2nd lowest output, and the 2nd INT of the night secured by Ryder Ingold. A cherry on top of his fantastic night.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Test that guy again.
No. And again, I think Kael, he predetermined where he was going to go because it was double coverage. The safety was there, the corner was there, and I think he was just trying to give his guy an opportunity to make a play, but just was not open. And he was just trying at this point, trying to give his guy an opportunity to make a play, and
just wasn't a good throw.
Yeah.
Was that a little bit more towards the boundary?
Maybe
a chance for Young.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, I think this was not a good throw and not a good decision at that point.
First down run only goes for about a yard. But Lewis coming into tonight, we talked before the game just about how exceptional he had been, and what did I say that you would like the most about him, Effie? He doesn't turn the ball over. Just 4 interceptions through 9 weeks. We know that he's a record holder. He's had some unbelievable individual efforts. Tonight,
sure,
felt a little jumpy in the pocket.
Yeah.
And has made a couple decisions that he just hasn't at all.
Right.
Heading into this one.
And I think that's a credit to Norwayne more than anything else, and big time run.
Gaping hole yet again. Hackworth capitalizing. This one's more about him identifying, using the vision. Gets a little block there off the edge by Borman. And that's all number 5.
Yeah. This is an attitude here for Norwayne. They are sending a message, and if I am a team in their bracket in the playoffs watching this film, oh boy. First of all, I got to get my D-line in the weight room, and and I'm going to figure out a way to try to compete up front because they are dominating up front. And I know we're seeing the guys running and those things like that, but what I'm watching is those guys up front just dominating the line of scrimmage. And that's what's opening up these gaping holes and seams.
They really fire off the football.
Absolutely.
And that's what's led to this commanding lead here in the second half. I think they've only thrown it twice.
Yeah, yeah, this is an attitude, right? This is they came out of the locker room with an attitude from that first series in the third quarter.
Forward progress stopped after a pickup of just 2 this time. Falcons haven't forced very many third down opportunities either in half number 2. It's been big gaping holes and a lot of explosive runs on first and second down. Final 3 minutes, milking off the clock here. If you've seen enough of this one, we do have a record. 8 live and free games going on right now. Crestview's at home. The Cougars are winning their into the postseason, handling Mapleton at the moment. Mohawk, also a game in the Northern 10. A win for an outright Northern 10 championship in that game. Right now they've got a 15-8 lead over Seneca East on the road. The Freddyburg game, Fredericktown and Centerburg, 35-14 in that one. The Devil Dog also going on, and what has happened to East Knox? Shut out back-to-back weeks, 28-0 right now. The Blue Devils out in front. Mount Gilead in their battle with Cardington, big rivalry out there. Kind of a slow start for both teams. It's 28-12 in that one. And Whiteford from Michigan putting it on Lucas right now. The Cubs also one of those teams. They need a victory to get into the postseason or at least guarantee a spot, Effie. Getting shut out at home on senior night. And I can't quite get the score here. I believe it's 28-27. Monroeville leads St. Paul late in that one. That's another for the Firelands Conference Championship. So we got 3 games going down right now that determine who wins the league. Pretty good stuff.
Wow. That's a great slate of games. Great slate of games.
Blessed to death to be at this one. I can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to it. We talk about it on the Friday Night Pigskin, I think, every single Friday for a month. The fact that this one was coming. And now that it's here, it was producing through 3.5 quarters.
For sure.
Norwayne happens.
Right.
Tim Ryder-Ingold had that big interception, and it just felt like Hillsdale, even though they got that great big break with the muff punt, they haven't been able to capitalize and respond since.
And I think really for as well as so many of the young men have played at the skill positions, it really came down to up front. The guys up front for Norwayne have just dominated this game on both sides.
Sure.
And I think the Hillsdale front offensively has not been able to keep the D linemen from the backfield, so Lewis hasn't had time to throw the football normally. They have not been able to had no success really run the ball inside. The success that Hillsdale has been on the perimeter. With Sloan, the success that they've had, so they've really locked down the inside, and that just limits you so much offensively. So, kudos to the Bobcats interior linemen tonight. They have really played a stellar ball game.
Another crease, and it's a Bobcat ball carrier taking it for a first down. It's these second unit guys. Some of the JVs getting into the mix now. Yeah,
Hayden Klepper has had the last few carries, and he comes in and he's running hard. He has been running the football very hard here these last few carries.
We do have an injured Bobcat down on the field. Take one last look at what the Division 5 Region 18 standings look like through 9 weeks. And as mentioned, Norwayne with a victory, they will jump into that number 4 spot. They were just a few percentage points behind Keystone tonight. And with the secondary points that they're going to get with a 9-0 opponent, huge tonight for Norwayne. So outright WCAL champions, second time since 2020. And they will be at home for weeks 11 and 12. I guess you got to win in week 11 first. But with this expanded playoffs, the first rounds have been kind of some duds.
I know.
Let's just say what it is.
Right.
We're seeing it now, too, with the expanded divisions in both volleyball and soccer. I'm really happy for a lot of our local teams who will be competing for regionals this next week. Clear Fork last night won their first one ever. It just doesn't feel the same as it would have if they would have had to have gone. In the Jordan years, getting through the Pistons,
sure.
Same thing. Just having to get through those peaks and valleys, or make your own peak after you've swam through some valleys.
Right.
It's not quite the same anymore.
Not quite the same. I get it. And I see both sides of the expansion and that, but it's I don't know. I think the good of it is about getting more kids the opportunity. So there's not too much argument. You're not going to always I'm not going to argue that point.
I'm not going to complain at all. We're accustomed to next week when it's regionals for volleyball and soccer, we usually will have 3 to 4 teams still participating, and we're all hands on deck at these contests. Next week, we're going to have 4 or 5 games in a day.
Right.
That's how many of our local teams are crushing.
Yeah.
And if you're from Creston, Ohio right now, you've just crushed on the road. 9 straight victories for the Bobcats. They handle Hillsdale tonight on their own turf. A previously undefeated team falls here tonight in a big statement win for the WCAL crown. So congratulations to Norwayne. And a great regular season here for the Falcons. We'll step aside, but when we come back, if I have anything to say about it, we're going to hear from Ryder-Ingold, a receiving touchdown, a punt return touchdown, 2 interceptions. How many big plays did that dude make on defense and in the receiving game? A lot of nice blocks on the perimeter. That's going to be my game MVP boat. But, hey, I always try to leave it up to the commenters. Drop me a couple of thoughts. Let me know who should we hear from for the now 2024 WCAL champions. That Plus our post-game show presented by Sloan Concrete. Coming up after this, our final thoughts. And we'll have stats. Get you all set up for a huge Week 10 on the Friday night pigskin. Live and free coverage of the game of the century will return in just a couple minutes.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Let's go.
It's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
All right.
Tonight's Game of the Century brought to you folks live and free thanks to all of our amazing sponsors. Whitaker Myers. They've got spots in Mansfield, Ashland, and Worcester. They're a locally owned, fee-based fiduciary financial planner that boasts the endorsement of national money man Dave Ramsey and the team at Ramsey Solutions. Scout Construction. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout for more info, 419-989-7240. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows, and doors since 1970. Simonson Construction. From concept to completion, they can help you make a plan, refine your vision, and build a path for success. 89 Homes and Building Improvements, building homes, earning trust since 1979. Sloan Concrete, decorative and standard concrete services, serving Central and Northern Ohio since 2005. And Brew'd Coffee and Donut Shop, offering specialty coffees, donuts, and breakfast foods in downtown Hayesville. We'll be right back. We will hear from Ryder Ingold, your game most valuable player, coming up in just a minute. We return now with your most valuable player, presented by 89 Homes, Ryder Ingold. Dude, you just stuffed the stat sheet all over the place. Offense, defense, special teams. You did a little bit of everything tonight. Just describe what it felt like to have that impact no matter what position you were at on the field. Certainly, you had the Midas touch. Everything you touched kind of turned to gold.
It feels really good. I haven't played the best of games. Played against Downton, dropped a couple interceptions. Really wanted to get back from dropping a couple. On defense, offensively, I had a decent game last week, and I thought I should rebound off of that too. And special teams-wise, we don't always get the ball, so when you get it, it's a special chance to try to score.
I thought that was really a game-changing play for you on that punt return. Falcons had a little bit of momentum going. You're able to cash it in for the score. But this last 3 games of the season against the 3 top contenders in the WCAL, you take care of them all in order. This the biggest one, of course. A lot of hype around this game. What was it like over in Creston this week, getting prepared for this one, going up against a 9-0 squad?
Yeah, we knew they were going to be a good opponent, but we just had to be able to outwork them. And I feel like that starts in practice, just realizing as a group that we're going to have to work harder than they are. We knew the fans were going to be, it was going to be a big game, and so we had to block out the outside noise and just get the job done.
Undisputed champions now in the league. Hasn't happened for you guys in your career yet. Since 2020 was the last time they got it done. If you can give us a little insight into the huddle, the coach talk, and just everything that kind of just, encompassed these last 5 minutes for you.
Coach said good win. We got to enjoy it, but we're not satisfied. Well, we're looking at a long playoff run, and that starts in practice next week, so we can enjoy tonight, but next Monday it's a restart.
I think the victory tonight jumps you guys into the number 4 spot in your Division 5 region. That means 2 home games where you guys play so well. So what type of meaning does that have for this particular Bobcats team?
It's huge meaning. I feel like we play pretty well at home with the crowd on our backs, and don't have to drive second round of the playoffs if we make it there, so that should be fun. 2 home games is huge.
Big congratulations to you and your entire gang out here tonight. Very impressed with what you were able to accomplish, especially in that second half, just dominating the interceptions. They were big time as well. As our MVP tonight, we'd like to give you an opportunity to look in the camera. Give as many shout-outs as you'd like.
I'd like to shout out my team, huge family, my coaches for supporting me, and my family for always coming to all my games, especially my mom driving me to practice when I was young.
All right, Ryder Ingold, your 89 Homes MVP. post-game show brought to you, folks, by Sloan Concrete. The game of the century didn't quite have quite the play on the field as the build-up during the week, but really a solid effort, big time in the second half here by Norwayne.
Yeah.
Just ran it down Hillsdale's throats, and I think they took command, and they kind of showed we're D5. We've been the kings of this league for a little while up near the top. And,
right.
Not that Hillsdale's little brother or anything, but kind of felt that way in the second half.
Right. And I think what it came down to is, they came out with an attitude, and we talked about it when that first drive, when Norwayne came out, they decided, look, we're going to pound the football, and they saw that up front they had the advantage physically, and that's what they done. And Mason Moyer tonight, 26 carries, 235 yards on the ground. So, he established who they were going to be in that second half, and that's who they were. And they had big plays from everyone. Our player of the game obviously played an outstanding night. But, Hillsdale, these were two great teams. Don't get it twisted. Two outstanding football teams here played tonight. But I think, Norwayne showed they're the champs of this league, and they should be. They proved that out on the field tonight.
They've been on a great run since a Week 1 loss against still an undefeated team
right.
who's going to be at the top of their region. 9 straight victories for them. They've been building momentum heading into this game, and the Falcons, for the first time this season, their sophomore quarterback looked like it. A couple of poor decisions on his end. He hasn't thrown 2 picks in a game all season long. Picked a bad night to do that.
Sure.
Here, Effie was pressing a little bit. However, when they got those one-on-one looks, that was my key to the game. You got to beat the man-to-man. Right. If they would have had a little bit better throws, the pressure too off the edge was good.
Right.
So it's tough to really put this on Kael Lewis's shoulders, but certainly his worst performance of the season. I would admit that.
And I think that has a lot to do with, again, the Bobcats up front. They played so well up front, and physically, I think they applied so much pressure to the young quarterback. I don't think he had seen that this year, and I think he just didn't respond very well, and I think he predetermined a lot of throws tonight, and he didn't play his best game. I'm sure he would say that. So it kind of limited what he could do offensively, and he's the key. And when he's not playing his best, their offense couldn't shine tonight. So all credit to Norwayne, but again, we can't take away the great season that Hillsdale has had this year, and the season that Kael Lewis has had as a quarterback. And as a sophomore, he still blows me away with what he's accomplished this year. So 2 great teams tonight. Just Norwayne showed that they're champs for a reason, but again, 2 really good teams, and I really enjoyed watching them play.
Show you the final stats here of tonight's game, presented by Sloan Concrete, and the rushing yards. I don't want to misspeak, but I feel like Norwayne was at 78, something like that in the first half.
Exactly.
They just kept handing it off over and
over.
And the offensive line, if we could really give the MVP, well, no, I'm really giving the MVP to Ingold. He earned that because he did everything. But
he done it all.
They were the catalyst.
Absolutely. The way they came off the ball, they pushed around on both sides. They pushed around the Falcons up front, and they established the running game, and really it didn't matter. We saw late in the game the Bobcats brought in their 3rd string, Hayden Klepper and some other running backs, and they were still gashing for big yardage. So the offensive line really done a great job tonight. 313 rush yards on the night to 147 for Hillsdale, and that's the game to me, because when they were able to drive, it felt like Hillsdale had to start pressing once they figured out, hey, we've got to score tit for tat. And if once we go down, once they figured out, like, we can't have a drive where we don't score. And I think that the pressure mounted for Hillsdale and the young quarterback, and I think that kind of put them in a space where they couldn't recover.
Both of these teams, though, are going to be in the postseason. They each will enjoy a taste of home cooking in Week 11 and again in Week 12. The Falcons, it's just 1 loss.
Right.
It just happens to
They'll
come
be fine.
in this grand build-up.
They'll be
the
fine.
The entire community out here, they're still going to be the number 2 seed.
They won't see another team like this for a while in the playoffs. They won't see another team like this in a while.
Norwayne is a bear. And matter of fact, when you look from top to bottom, we did during the broadcast, in that region 25, outside of the top 5 teams, I feel like if there's tiers, that there's probably Hillsdale up on the tier with those other 5 teams, and everybody else in tiers 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So could see a team here motivated by what happened in Week 10. And look out for Kael Lewis coming off of a loss. I think that he will bounce back, probably throw 4, 5, 6 touchdowns coming up here in Week 11.
I agree. And sometimes when you're, being an undefeated team, it is, no one will want to lose a football game. Certainly not like a championship caliber game. But I think for a young quarterback like Kael Lewis, getting that experience where he felt himself, not being able to respond like he would want to, that experience, he's not only going to keep with him now, but going into the playoffs and beyond in his career, that is going to help this young man. And he is going to be able to step up and play big in big games moving forward from here on out. He's going to learn from this experience tonight for sure.
Looking forward to seeing what damage he does coming up here in the postseason. We'll be a part of all of it for the Falcons moving forward, and do wish the Bobcats good luck. And I'd like to see them here in a few weeks.
Yeah, me too.
I got one of those sneaky suspicions, Effie. We'll see them in Week 13 or beyond. The 2-quarterback system, I don't remember it working for a whole lot of teams in my memories past, but it works for them.
When you can run the football, it doesn't, when you can run the football the way they do, the 2-quarterback system can work. when you can run, when you've got that strong of a running game, it can work.
Well, it did here tonight. They had the ground attack pound in every which way about it. Moyer, a huge night. We heard from Ingold, but each quarterback that came in, whether it was Smith or it was Bruner, they were both fantastic. So are you, the viewing audience. We really appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight for what was billed as the game of the century. You enjoyed it all 100% live and free. Thanks to our good friends at Brew'd Coffee and Donut Shop, 89 Homes, Building Improvements, Sloan Concrete, Simonson Construction Services, Inc., Home and Kitchen Supply, Scout Construction Services, and Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers. Our amazing broadcast team here tonight. We have Justin Wilson up on the rooftop bringing you all of the great shots throughout the course of the action. Effie James, tracking stats, on the call with me, always bringing you all the nuggets that you need to know. Some great knowledge here tonight. I am Brian Skowronski saying so long for now. I'll see you again in just about 2 hours on a special Week 10 edition of the Friday Night Pigskin. Keep it spooky, everybody. Talk to you in a couple hours.